Welcome to Dreamy Decor, where we bring you inspiring ideas for creating beautiful, personalized spaces, always with a touch of creativity and warmth. Today, we invite you into a cottage that feels like stepping into a painting. This is James Mackie's charming retreat, a home filled with stories, character, and artistic soul. From cozy textiles to hand-painted details, every corner of this cottage reveals something new. Whether you're a fan of timeless treasures, handcrafted art, or just crave cozy inspiration, you'll find something to love here. This tour will explore not just a home, but a lifestyle steeped in history and layered with beauty. If you love unique interiors, vintage charm, and home tours that spark the imagination, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to know which room speaks to your heart most. Let's get started and uncover the magic of this cottage, one room at a time. The moment you step onto the threshold of James Mackie's cottage, you're greeted by a feeling that can't quite be described. It's as if time pauses. The old wooden door, with its hand-wrought iron latch, creaks gently as it opens. Every texture, from the weathered stone steps to the warm glow from within, tells you this is a place with a soul. Inside the entryway, the details begin to unfold like pages in a well-loved book. The walls are adorned with sepia-toned photographs, collected over decades, and the scent of beeswax and old books lingers gently in the air. Worn but beautiful floorboards show the patina of time, and an antique bench quietly invites you to stay a while. James has curated this threshold space with care, making it both functional and filled with meaning. A small coat hook becomes art when shaped by hand. A faded rug becomes history beneath your feet. It's these quiet choices that set the tone for the rest of the cottage, deeply personal, lovingly aged, and completely unforgettable. Art is not just decoration in James Mackie's cottage. It's the very language of the home. Nearly every wall holds a sketch, a watercolor, or a framed memory from James' lifelong journey as an artist. The placement feels spontaneous but intentional, like the home itself is in conversation with its past. Each piece tells a story. A landscape done in soft charcoal leans beside a painted ceramic plate. Miniature still lives nestling on windowsills, basking in the daylight. Handcrafted sculptures perch in shadowed alcoves, inviting a slower gaze. You're not just looking at art, you're experiencing a life that's been lovingly recorded in creative form. James doesn't just display finished work. His creative process is part of the decor. Smudged sketchbooks lie open on antique tables, and a brush left out beside a teacup speaks volumes. There's a living energy here, a quiet celebration of creativity that weaves itself into every object, every nook, every gentle detail. The living room in James Mackie's cottage feels like a warm embrace. Every element in the space is layered with care: plush velvet cushions, worn-in linen slipcovers, and wool throws folded just so. There's no pretension here, only comfort and thoughtful curation. The colors are muted but full of depth, giving the room a grounded, peaceful energy. This space doesn't rely on modern symmetry or trends. Instead, it's an elegant patchwork of old and older. An armchair from the 1940s shares space with a Victorian side table, both bathed in afternoon light that filters softly through lace curtains. It's a room that's been built by time, where every object has earned its place. Look closely, and you'll see the patina of life, a cup ring on an old sideboard, the soft indentation in a favorite reading chair. These marks aren't flaws, they're layers of memory. The living room stands as a testament to how true beauty often comes from the lived in, the loved, and the left to age gracefully. The dining area in James Mackie's cottage is a celebration of togetherness. Centered around a long-aged pine table, the room has hosted countless conversations, hearty meals, and quiet cups of tea. There's a sense of permanence in the worn tabletop, where knife marks and water stains speak not of damage, but of life well lived. Each chair around the table is different, collected over the years, mismatched in shape and finish, yet harmonious in their individuality. Some are painted, others bare wood, all carry signs of history. Above the table hangs a weathered chandelier, its patina and flickering bulbs casting a soft glow that adds intimacy to every meal shared here. The shelves nearby display handmade pottery, antique glassware, and hand-embroidered linens. They aren't there for show. They're used, touched, and loved. Dining here isn't just about food, it's about connection. This space invites you to slow down, gather, and remember that the best meals are never rushed. James Mackie's kitchen is the beating heart of the cottage, a place where stories simmer alongside stews, and every pot and pan has a purpose. The cabinetry is simple, likely handmade, with chipped paint revealing layers of history. Copper pans hang on the wall, their shine dulled with age but full of character. countertops show years of use, scratches from chopping, faint rings from warm teacups, and marks of homemade bread kneaded by hand. Open shelves brim with glass jars, labeled in fading ink, filled with spices and herbs. The air carries the comforting scent of thyme and wood smoke, a living recipe for warmth and memory. There's no gleaming modernity here, only soulful, enduring beauty. The sink overlooks a garden view, framed by antique lace curtains. A well-used kettle hums on the stove, and mismatched mugs line the shelf above. It's a kitchen that nourishes more than the body. It feeds the heart with every familiar detail. The bedroom is a sanctuary of softness, with layers of linen, flannel, and hand-stitched quilts resting atop an iron-framed bed. Nothing feels staged, it's all authentically worn in and deeply comforting. The palette is a wash of creams, dusty blues, and faded rose, creating a calm that settles instantly over anyone who enters. At the bedside, an old pine nightstand holds a worn novel and a pair of reading glasses, while a soft glow lamp casts a golden hue across the room. The walls are adorned with small framed sketches and a pressed flower arrangement, personal touches that whisper rather than shout. The result is a peaceful cocoon steeped in memory. A vintage armoire stands quietly in the corner, its surface bearing the soft scratches of use and time. A lace dressing gown hangs on the door, and slippers wait beside the bed. Every inch of this bedroom speaks of slow living, gentle mornings, and the quiet luxury of being truly at rest. Tucked in a sunny corner of the cottage, James Mackie's studio space is where imagination takes form. Light pours in from a south-facing window, illuminating jars of brushes, smudged sketchbooks, and canvases in mid-thought. The air smells faintly of linseed oil, paper, and something nostalgic, like inspiration itself lingers in the dust. The furniture is repurposed and charming. An old kitchen table turned workbench, paint splattered over time, and a vintage chair that creaks with every movement. A collection of watercolors and pencils sit in easy reach. Nothing here is too precious to touch. The space is meant to be used, experimented in, and loved in its imperfection. Pinned to the walls are past works, some finished, others in progress. Floral sketches, abstract experiments, and portraits hang beside scraps of poetry and clippings from old art books. It's a deeply personal sanctuary, quiet but expressive, offering a glimpse into the artist's mind and the emotional layers behind every brushstroke. Throughout the cottage, every textile tells a story, whether it's the hand-stitched quilt draped on a chair or the lace doilies tucked beneath a vase of wildflowers. These aren't just decorations, they're heirlooms, collected or crafted over time. Fabrics are faded and frayed in all the right places, offering softness that only age can achieve. Cushions made from vintage ticking stripes, throws crocheted by a grandmother's hand, and tablecloths that have seen generations of tea and talk. These pieces transform the space into a deeply human one. The palette remains soft and inviting, warm neutrals, pastel florals, and the occasional pop of cranberry or olive. Textiles are layered thoughtfully, not matched perfectly. A ruffled curtain might pair with a patched armchair cover, creating a look that's both lived in and quietly elegant. It's this mix of memory, touch, and comfort that makes the cottage feel wrapped in warmth, like a favorite sweater you never want to take off. Every corner in James Mackie's cottage holds a quiet surprise. A tiny figurine, a vintage photograph, or a pair of worn candlesticks grouped with intention. These collectibles aren't clutter, they're curated memories, thoughtfully placed to tell a story. Each shelf and surface becomes a stage for nostalgia, warmth, and the joy of discovery. There's a brass key tucked in a shadow box next to a childhood toy, a porcelain bird resting beside a tattered book of poetry, and rows of antique bottles that once held scents and secrets. These objects are layered by time, not trends, making the space feel deeply personal and undeniably human. What's remarkable is how these little displays change with the seasons or Mackie's mood. Sometimes a pine cone, sometimes a feather. New treasures find their way in. Nothing is permanent, yet everything feels intentional. The result is a home that lives and breathes alongside its keeper, full of hidden gems waiting to be noticed. One of the most magical aspects of James Mackie's cottage is how it seamlessly blends the indoors with the outdoors. Windows act as natural paintings, framing the shifting garden scenes, spring blossoms, golden summer blooms, or the frosty hush of winter. These views aren't just background, they're daily moments of calm and inspiration. From the kitchen sink to the bedroom alcove, every vantage point is an invitation to pause. You'll often find a teacup left on the sill, a bird-watching book nearby, or a hand-trimmed bouquet reflecting the season. These gestures connect home and nature in a way that feels gentle and grounding. The window treatments are light and unobtrusive, soft linen panels, lace sheers, or sometimes nothing at all. It's about allowing the daylight and landscape to flood in, to let flowers peek inside, and to remind us how deeply the garden is part of the home's rhythm and poetry. As we close our tour through James Mackie's charming cottage, what lingers most isn't just the antiques, the textiles, or even the art. It's the feeling that every corner holds love, thought, and memory. This is a home created with care, not for perfection, but for comfort, expression, and authenticity. The cottage feels alive, not in a grand or flashy way, but in the quiet layers of everyday living. It's where stories are told, meals are shared, and creativity never sleeps. Every chipped cup and faded chair whispers of a life well lived, and every object has earned its place by simply being meaningful. Thank you so much for joining us on this cozy journey into James Mackie's inspiring retreat. If this home warmed your heart or sparked an idea for your own space, we'd love to hear from you. Please like, subscribe, and comment below to share your thoughts and be part of our Dreamy Decor community.